So here now I come to that magic time. And the magic time is when I've set aside, my best hour of the day, um, where I'm going to take the content that I've processed and turn it into uh, content for my live streams, both business and personal. So here I am in Feedly. I'm viewing this in a full window in Chrome. And that's an important part of the process because what's going to happen is as I go through content, and again, one of the things that I really love about Feedly is that it has keyboard shortcuts that are going to allow me to do different things directly from the keyboard. And you'll see how I do that as I uh, go along. So I press uh, the J key, and this is an article summary. Now, some article summaries, and this is according to the preference of the publisher. So some websites choose to have a short summary and some to have a long summary, and you have absolutely no control over that. What I have here are my sharing tools that are set up according to my preferences in Feedly. This is a bookmark that indicates that this was saved for later. This is Evernote and OneNote, two different tools that I use to save someday maybe information. From here, I can email this article, I can send it to Google+, I can send it to Hootsuite, I can send it to Buffer, or I have a custom sharing tool, which is a pro Feedly feature that I can use to send something to my blog, and maybe we'll see that later on. So I go through um, this different content, and I'm really curious to see. Okay. Uh, all right, what this thing is about, and that was good for a laugh, but it's really not good for anything else. So now I'm looking at this article, and here's an example where um, I can get a full feed. Okay, and as I said before in my getting things done methodology, I can take a look at this and decide that it looks interesting, but it's not worth processing. So I press the J key and move on. Now, this is something that I probably want to share to my personal live stream. So I press V for view, and what happens is this article will load in the background, and I'm going to press Alt plus Tab or Control plus Tab on the Mac and go back to my open window. And again, I'm going to press V for view and go back. I'm going to load those things in the background. Okay, this looks like it might be interesting, so I want to take a closer look on the website. So right now what I'm doing is in the background, I am loading content. Into a background page by pressing V for view, which is the keyboard shortcut for taking me directly to the article. So this is what I do in Feedly as I go through at the desktop level the things that I have processed. And right now it seems as if my computer is bogged down a little bit. Okay, so definitely an article that I want to process. So I'm pressing V for view. And flipping back. Now, this is also something that I want to save. So I'm going to click on Evernote. And Evernote will load my notebooks. And I can put it into the correct notebook, and I'll be able to refer to this later on and search for it in Evernote. I apologize, right now my system is bogging down because of the recording software and Chrome. But this does bring up an interesting point, and that is that Chrome is very memory intensive. And every tab that you open is going to tax your system a little bit more. So at a certain point, what you want to do is to close your saved items and go back and process this information. Okay? Now, I've got enough different types of content here where I still am going to be able to share some information and show you what this looks like at this point. Now, here are a couple of quick things that I do with the tabs that are open. I look at something and I decide whether I want to send it to my blog or send it to Google+. And in this particular case, I want to send it to my Google+ personal live stream. So I'm going to go in, and what I normally do when I'm using Buffer is that I go in and select a great paragraph, a great couple of lines that really give someone the feel for what this post is about. Okay. Then, because I have Buffer installed, I can select Buffer Selected Text. And because my account is already configured to send to my Google Plus page as my default, I can go ahead and simply click Buffer, and this will now be sent to a queue and be buffered out later on. Something interesting like this, I want to simply send to my Facebook profile. So I'll just share that link and close it. This I'm going to buffer, but instead of sending it to Google+, I'm going to send it to my Facebook profile. Okay, so here's an interesting infographic, and I am going to send this to Tumblr. Same thing here. I'm going to select Post to Tumblr, and oops, let's see whether or not I can. Okay, and 9gag is a little bit different. So if I really want to send this to Tumblr, what I need to do is, okay, with 9gag, they have me blocked from taking that image. So I'll just send this out to Facebook. And then the last thing that I'm going to grab here is so I go through this entire article, and I can pull a couple of things out of this. Number one, I'm going to send it to Tumblr as a quote. Okay, and that will be sent out. And then I'm also going to take this and buffer it out to my Google Plus page. So that's just a short little introduction to how I go into Feedly, see what I've harvested in my mobile workflow, and then turn around and schedule it out as content. I'm sure you're going to have more questions about this. I just wanted to give you a rough idea of how it is that it works and how it could work for you.